All right, this is a Photoshop tutorial. We are going to flip, rotate, and mirror designs and patterns in Photoshop. The first thing we need to do is open Photoshop. You can go to your Start menu in the bottom left-hand corner and open it up. It should be in your most used apps at this point. If it's not, just type in Photoshop and it should pop up as the best match. The first thing you need to do is you need to get an image on Google or an image that you've taken, and we're going to open that image here in Photoshop. To open your image, you're going to go to File, Open, and you're going to locate the image. I named my image Tree and saved it to my desktop. The first thing I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to switch my screen to the full screen mode with menu bar. To do that, I'm going to go up to my menu. I'm going to click on the View menu, scroll down to Screen Mode, and select Full Screen Mode with menu bar. Remember that you can always click F on your keyboard, and that'll change the screen mode. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop away any unwanted area of the photo. You'll see on my image I've got this tree with a lot of design and texture, but I want to get rid of this bottom section. To do that, I'm going to go over to my toolbar. I'm going to grab the crop tool, make sure that's selected, and in the menu at the top, I'm going to make sure that it's selected on unconstrained. Once I've done that, I can simply grab the handle at the bottom of my image and ensure that everything that I want in the image is selected and everything that I want to crop out has been cropped out. If you want to also crop the sides or the top of the image, that's easy to do by grabbing the top handle or one of the side handles. Once you're happy with your cropped image, and perhaps you were happy with the original image, click Enter on your keyboard, and that'll crop your image. The next step is we're going to duplicate the background layer. If we look in our layers palette, we only have one layer right now named background. This is the layer our image is sitting on. To create a copy of the layer, we're going to go up to the layer menu. We're going to choose New, and then we're going to choose Layer via Copy. Either way, this tells Photoshop to add a layer. If we look in the layers palette, sure enough, you'll see the background layer and layer 1 has been added above the original. The next step is we're going to double the width of our canvas. To double the width of our canvas, we're going to go up to the image menu and we're going to select canvas size. This tells you the dimensions of your canvas that you currently have. Remember, we want to double the width. So I'm going to change this for simplicity from inches to percent. To double the width, instead of it being 100%, I'm going to change the width to 200%. In addition, before I hit OK, I also want to force the extra canvas space to the right of the photo. To do that, I'm going to click on the left middle square in the anchor grid. Your canvas size toolbox should look just like mine. Click OK when you're done to close out the dialog box, and you'll see that Photoshop has doubled the width of the canvas, adding all the extra space on the right side of the photo. The next step is we're going to drag the photo on layer 1, this layer 1 photo, to the right of the original image. To do that, select the Move tool, which is the top tool in your toolbar. Grab the image and move it over to the right side. If you need to, you can hold down the Shift key and that'll help you move your image horizontally, directly horizontally without it moving up or down. But in most cases, your image will snap to the screen and it shouldn't be much of a problem. The next step is we're going to flip the image on the right horizontally. Remember, this is the image that's on layer 1. So with that image highlighted, you can always tell because it's highlighted in light blue, go up to the Edit menu, choose Transform, and choose Flip Horizontal. The photo on the right instantly becomes a mirror reflection of the photo on the left, creating our first effect. The next thing we need to do is we need to merge our layers together. We want to merge layer 1 and our background layer into one layer. We can do that by going up to the layer menu at the top of the screen, scrolling all the way to the bottom, and clicking on Merge Down. As you can see on the right side, that merged everything into one layer. Although nothing seems to have happened to the document, right, again, you can see our two layers got merged into a single layer. I now want to duplicate this layer. I'm going to show you a shortcut. To duplicate the layer, all I have to do is hold down Control on my keyboard and push the letter J. Now you can see you again have layer 1 pop up above the background layer. Now we need to go back and we're going to repeat a step that we already did. We're going to double the height of our canvas now. To do that, we're going to go back to our image menu. We're going to scroll down to canvas size. And we're going to open the canvas size dialog box. Just like last time, to make this simple, change it from inches to percent. And remember, we want to double the height. So instead of it being 100% height, we want it to be 200%. In addition, we want to force the extra space to appear below the image. So that means that we're going to click on the top middle square in the anchor grid. That'll force the image down. Click OK to exit the dialog box. And if you can't see your entire picture, just go to the View menu, and you can just click on Fit on Screen. Only if you can't see the whole image. If you can, you're ready to move on. The next step is we're going to drag the image on layer 1 below the original. So again, just make sure that layer 1 is highlighted. Make sure you have your Move tool selected and pull this image down to fill the space that you just created. We're going to take this bottom image and we're going to flip it vertically. To do that, we're going to go to the Edit menu, choose Transform, and then choose Flip Vertical. Now we've created an additional mirroring effect in our document. The reality is all we've done so far is make copies of our image and flip them horizontally and vertically. Let's see how much further we can take things by rotating copies of the image and trying out different layer blend modes. Let's merge both of our existing layers onto a brand new layer. To do that, you're going to hold down Alt on your keyboard. So hold down Alt on your keyboard. Go up to the Layer menu and choose Merge Visible. As you can see in the Layers panel, we now have a third layer. It's named Layer 2, and we can see its preview thumbnail that it contains a merged copy of the images from the two layers below. With that layer selected, Layer 2 selected, go to the Edit menu and choose Transform. Then choose Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Now you can see that image has appeared inside the document. We're going to clean up the design by cropping the document around the rotated image. To do that, now you're going to hold down Control on your keyboard and click directly on the preview thumbnail for layer 2 in the Layers palette. This will place a selection outline around the rotated image in the document. With the selection outline in place, go up to the Image menu and choose Crop. Photoshop crops the document, removing the areas that extended above and below the rotated image. Press Ctrl and hold down D to remove the selection outline since we no longer need it. We're getting close to the end. Step 15. We're going to change the layer blend mode. At this point, things start to become a bit more experimental and a matter of personal taste. On layer 2, right now, all that's done is it's above our other layers, so that's all we can see. We want to change the blend mode. Currently, it's set to normal, which means again that that the layer's not blending at all with the layers below it. Click on normal and scroll down to multiply. The multiply blend mode does a nice job of blending my images together to create an interesting design, but it also darkens my image a bit. Let's see what happens if I change that blend mode, and instead of multiply, I choose lighten. The lighten blend mode has definitely brightened things up and given me another interesting design. I can go through each blend mode if I want to, but to save time, I'm just going to try one more, and I'm going to choose the darken blend mode. In this case, I think that the darken blend mode gives me the best results. Let's try rotating one more copy of the image, changing the blend mode and seeing what we get. Once again, we're going to merge our existing layers onto a new layer. Hold down Alt on your keyboard, go up to the Layer menu, and choose Merge Visible. A new merged layer appears above the original layers in the Layers palette. We're going to rotate that layer 45 degrees. To do that, go to the Edit menu, choose Transform, and then choose Rotate. At the top, we're going to choose to rotate this 45 degrees. Once you've typed in 45, press Enter, and it'll accept the angle that you entered. I'm going to select my Move tool again and apply the transformation. And once again, I'm going to play with my blend modes, and I'm going to choose a blend mode that I think looks the best. If you look here, this is a great example of what your final document can look like after you've used all of these tools to flip, rotate, and mirror designs and patterns. Make sure that you save your document frequently, have fun, and I'll look forward to seeing your final product.